The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Ron Keegan.
Home sweet home, back home in LA. Home cooking, great weather, sleeping in their own beds, all those good things. The Clippers play at Staples Center tonight for the first time this month, with the Golden State Warriors helping them open a 6-game homestand. How sweet it is. And one thing is certain, and that's the uncertainty of this Western Conference playoff race. Maybe only Oklahoma City has earned a little security with their perch atop the conference. 2 through maybe even 13 is frightfully fluid. Anything can happen. Blake Griffin mighty happy to be home, and he is ready to go to work tonight with these Los Angeles Clippers. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Lawler, and I welcome you to Clippers basketball. 11 of the next 14 comfortably here at home at Staples Center. A chance really for the Clippers to make something of a move in this very scrambled Western Conference playoff picture. Bring in my broadcast partner, former Clipper, Mike. A 3-3 road trip capped by a nice win in San Antonio Friday night. What I want to know is, we have a masked man in the house. It is not the Lone Ranger. It is not Michael Crawford of Phantom of the Opera. It's not even Kobe Bryant. Who is it?
It was Kobe Bryant. He was here earlier,
right?
He
was, okay.
No, it's Chris Paul.
What?
Chris Paul tonight is going to wear a mask. And Ralph, I didn't even know it happened.
No.
And that tells you how amazing this guy is, because look at what he did against San Antonio in that ballgame. 36 points, 11 assists. He suffered a nasal fracture in the first quarter of that basketball game at the end of the road trip right there. Danny Green reaches out with his left arm and just clocks him. Chris didn't get up. He was in pain. We never heard a word about it. Nobody ever knew a thing. And I'm telling you, all year long, this guy has been a killer closer disguised as a gentleman. Tonight, he really does wear a mask.
He's one tough little hombre. Clippers are 1-1 this year against Golden State. Both those games have been up in Oakland.
Now they come back home.
Yep.
They want to take advantage of not only tonight, but this stretch at home, because the schedule's been tough. We know that. But these Warriors can be feisty. They beat the Clippers the last time up in Oakland, and they do have the number 6 scorer in the league. It's Monte Ellis, and I'm telling you, Ralph, this guy has a hunger to score the ball. A lot like the great scorers you'd see in the game. He can drive, he can shoot. He made 4 of 4 threes against the Clippers last time and exploded for 32 points. And what scares me right now, in 5 of the last 6 games, this guy's gone for 20 or more, but he's also gone for 7 or more assists. The Warriors are starting to play much, much better. You can see that last ball game was a real twister. 19 lead changes last time.
Made a 25-point win at home against Dallas last night. Here's the question: can the Clippers feather their nest during this 6-game homestand? When we come back to the Staples Center, we'll take a look at what lies ahead and what it's going to take to get there. Brought to you by Porsche. Visit your local Southern California Porsche dealer at socal.porschedealer.com. By AT&T. Find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible. And by CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. Ralph and Mike back with you at Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Clippers getting set to open this 6-game homestand against the Golden State Warriors. Well, the Clippers had pretty good luck here at home, Mike. They got to keep it going now during these next 6.
They've beaten some of the best teams in the entire league this year, and you can tell their record's very good at home, but the likes of Portland and Miami, the Lakers, Dallas, Memphis, Oklahoma City, you can see the 6 games coming up, and all 6 of those this week. Now, you can't be too carefree here on your home court. You got to do everything like you do, play your defense, but I'm telling you, one weapon that is coming to light right now for the Clippers is the 3-ball. They made 11 of them against New Jersey. They rolled into San Antonio, made 14 more. They've made 25 in the last 2 games. Maybe they don't want to settle and fall in love, but I'm telling you, it is falling. And when you come back home, there's always a chance that that 3-ball is going to be a factor in this game. And Ralph, when you look at the Warriors and the Clippers, what the Clippers have done lately and the Warriors last year and this year, the Warriors rely on that 3-ball. They have 3 guys, Brandon Rush, where he is, in the top 6 in the league. The Clippers better get out and defend the long ball.
This could be a shootout. This is going to be fun for sure. Clippers and Golden State Warriors coming up. We're back here with the starting lineups right after this. Staples Center to see Clippers basketball. The Clippers the first of 6 straight, 11 out of 14 here in their home court at Staples Center. Let's check out the visiting team now. The Golden State Warriors coming off a huge victory last night at home against the Dallas Mavericks. David Lee and Darrell Wright are the forwards. Epi Udoh starts at center, had a very good game against the Clippers last month. Monte Ellis and Steph Curry. Curry's going to give it a try once again tonight. And former Clipper Mark Jackson, his first season as an NBA head coach, as a coach at any level, as a matter of fact, with the ball club for 2 years back in the early 90s, and a class act. And I think he has a chance to wind up being a very, very good NBA head coach. For the Clippers, the way they will go here at home, a now familiar unit. Blake Griffin and Caron Butler are the starting forwards. DeAndre Jordan gets the call at center. Randy Foye and Chris Paul, the masked man, will be in the backcourt for the Clippers. There you see Chris with that mask up on his forehead. Head coach Vinny Del Negro ready to go. Got this ball club 3-3 over 2 years with Golden State. 1-1 so far this season. Both those games up in Oakland. Be a good test for these two basketball teams. Mike, what do you have us watching for here tonight?
You know, Ralph, when you come home from a long road trip, the first quarter of the first home game back can be a little bit difficult. You almost expect the home crowd to lift you. You can't do that. So that's why I say tonight, look to run. Take care of the basketball, but get out and run and look for opportunities early to create the momentum, manufacture the energy. Then I move to the boards. Clippers should dominate inside. They're a much better rebounding basketball team. Now one of the top 3 rebounding teams in the entire league. And of course, we've talked about the 3-ball. That's going to factor in. And of course, as hot as Mo Williams is playing, Ralph, get him the ball and find out when he checks in if he is still hot from the other night.
Won't take him long to check. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, right?
Steph Curry getting set to go. And it was in the third quarter last night that he twisted that ankle one more time. I didn't think it was a chance on earth he would put it. At some point, they're going to have to shut this guy down and say, come on back in 3 weeks or a month or next year, whatever it takes. But get right before there's some serious long-term damage to that right ankle of his.
It is so frustrating. We saw in the pregame show his, slapping the chair because he's gone through so much with that foot.
Referees are Derek Stafford, Kevin Fair, and Leroy Richardson, a good veteran crew. The Clippers in their home whites, the good-looking road blues for the Golden State Warriors, who struggled on the road. They've won 6 and lost 11 outside of home. They're only 10-10 at home. Jordan and Udoh will jump it up, and DeAndre easily controls the tap. Gives the Clippers the ball now, and as well to begin the fourth and final quarter of play. Butler at the elbow goes to work against Wright.
They started the game the other night like this against San Antonio. Cross screen for DeAndre Jordan.
Up, under, goes to the right hand and missed the shot. Rebound comes loose, and Lee comes up with it. And Curry flies into the offensive end. Not a more dangerous pair of guards in the league than these two, Ellis and Curry.
And especially the way Ellis has been shooting from deep lately.
Curry fires for 3. Rebound taken by DeAndre Jordan. Midcourt pass to Randy Foye.
And they can look into Blake. Blake will go right to the block.
Down the lane to DeAndre for the slam.
That's exactly what you're talking about when you say get out and run. It was the quick outlet. It was Blake's early post up, and then DJ sprinting right down the middle of the floor.
David Lee off a big ball game last night. Played well against the Clippers. Curry finds Udoh, goes underneath the basket and reverses it.
Talk about playing well against the Clippers.
He had 19 points in a start. That's his season high in the meeting last month.
Yeah, that was 9 games ago, and since then that guy has actually moved into the starting lineup. Speaking of Epi Udoh.
Randy Foye against Curry. And Butler couldn't hang on to the pass between his legs, but I think Leroy Richardson said no, it was deflected. And Curry says no, it wasn't.
See how Blake is posting up, attracting 2 guys? That's what opens up that middle lane.
So the ball will go to the Golden State Warriors. And Udoh will bring the ball in. There's Lee. Lee has averaged 22.5 points and 12.5 rebounds in 2 against the Clippers. Curry back on the attack. To the free throw line. In and out. Rebound chased down by Blake Griffin.
You know, he hung his head after that miss. You can tell how much he is really putting into every play just to be out there.
Griffin straight away. In and out and in again.
Yeah, it never went out. It tried to. But a good start for Blake Griffin and no hesitation on that release.
Lee at long range. Jordan backs off on him. Wright not having near the year he did a year ago. The homecoming game for him here. Lee, long left-handed hook shot.
Lee might have got off to a little bit of a slow start this year, but he is coming on, folks. Seems like every night he's 20 and 10, 20 and 12.
They skip it to Butler. His jump shots rims out. Lee the rebound, and Ellis back on the attack. He's greeted by Randy Foye. Runs through a couple of screens, frees himself with a jumper that's short. Rebound chased down, and
Chris Paul got hit in the face.
yeah, he did. The last place he wanted to get hit.
You know,
He's pawing at that nose.
Well, it moved the mask is what it did. So for a while he could not see. And I know right now his eyes are watering too.
Curry to the free throw line, gets it right back. Mismatch inside. Paul against Lee.
Good job by DeAndre
Great
Jordan.
job by DeAndre Jordan.
Absolutely.
Man, that was just a splendid play by DJ.
And you know what? Maybe his best defensive effort where nobody told him where to go. It was pure instinctual. Watch, Blake Griffin. Well, oh, there's where Chris Paul gets hit.
He is still wincing from it.
He's got to stop running into those elbows.
Kind of like hitting me anywhere, but don't hit me there. Lee and Jordan will jump again. DJ controls it, but it comes off to Curry. Got a loose ball foul against Golden State on the jump ball. Going to be against David Lee in the jump.
David Lee fouled out in the last ball game against the Clippers. Maybe it was the first time they played on Christmas night. I think it was that night. He can pick up some fouls, and that can affect the game.
See if we can see it here.
Well, they both get tangled. Oh, he doesn't try and hit the ball. He tries to
grabbed
hit
the
his arm.
The arm he was trying to use to tip the basketball.
And it kind of worked because it looked like Golden State was going to get it.
I can't imagine why Lee was complaining. Just saying, hey, please don't catch that when I do that. Paul working around the Jordan screen. Randy Ford coming off a solid game in San Antonio. That was not a real pretty shot.
Well, that was good defense.
Curry comes the other way.
Like Darrell Wright really recovered to the shooter and not only bothered it, he got a piece.
Ellis. Lee, little up fake into the corner. 3-second violation called against the Warriors. Clippers played some defense here in the opening 3.5 minutes of play.
But you see what I mean about the first quarter of the first game back from a trip. It's always tough to find your rhythm. You've had the natural rhythm on the road, like we're going to beat San Antonio. We haven't done that in forever. Or we're going to go win here. And all of a sudden you come back home and there's almost that feeling like, okay, it's going to take care of business by itself.
And also it's almost a feeling like it's another road game.
That's true.
It's like the 7th game on a trip. Baseline jumper, Foy, in and out, rebound Lee.
A lot of jump shots early for the Clippers. Only that one break by DeAndre Jordan down the middle.
4-4 basketball game. Ellis.
He's so good when he turns the corner because he's fast.
Pretty play to right. No Griffin traffic. Intimidation by Griffin. Good job by the Clippers again.
The real question with the mask is how will it affect Chris Paul's shooting, his vision? It's not going to affect, his understanding of the game or where he needs to be, any of that. Just how can he deal with it?
Griffin against Udo. And Ellis brings it back. Clippers 2 of their first 8.
That was a tired shot right there.
And so are the Warriors 2 for 8. Foy works at range, looks at Griffin. He's being fouled by Lee. That's 2 quickly on David Lee. So Lee gets a second. He had 25 last night against the Mavericks in Oakland.
Yeah, he was fired up for that game. He tweeted to his fans after a dismal performance against Memphis where he went for like 11 points. He said, I guarantee you, all do better. He had 13 in the first quarter and 21 at halftime.
Paul, little jab step, jump shot won't fall. Rebound, Udo.
They're better defensively with Udo, Ralph.
Next team to score wins. Drive and a miss, and it's hit for the left hand by David Lee.
And you do not want to let Golden State get out and run. If you can make this somehow a half-court game, make them play defense, let your size and your inside dominance and the brilliance of Chris Paul take over, you'll be okay.
Griffin goes back to Paul. Drives into the paint, gets the roll.
He did that so well in that San Antonio game, and I'm not just talking about hitting runners. He just got in and caused havoc, and he floated, and he just made all the right plays that night.
Some guys like me would be hesitant to go in there with all those big guys if I'm wearing a mask and I got a broken nose.
Not that guy.
Didn't bother him.
He didn't even let anybody know he was hurt.
He's one tough little hombre. Lee. Pretty nice. Got it to Udo. Epi gets his second field goal. He and Lee have them all. 8-6, Golden State on top. Clippers won their last 3 meetings for the Warriors in this building. Paul finds Foy into the corner. Butler, 3-ball, off the iron.
Here they go again. Long shot produces a long rebound.
Curry loses the ball to Paul.
This could be good.
3-on-1. Only Udo is back. Jordan rising is fouled hard. Foul on Udo. So timeout's going to be taken. 5 minutes and 53 seconds to go. We're in the first quarter of play. A slow start so far. Really gets the game started when he comes in.
Thank you for reassuring us, Ralph, because we're wondering when it's going to get going. Mo Williams the other night against the Spurs, he walked out on the floor in warm-ups, walked over to me. I said, "Did you get any rest?" He said, "I slept like a baby." And you know what he did? He went out and played like a teenager. I'm telling you, he played with a freedom we haven't seen in forever and just lit up the Spurs for 33. The team made 14 3-balls. He made 7 of 9 long balls in that game.
That matches career high of 7 makes in a game. There's Chris Paul with the goggle up on his forehead. They were trying to stem a little flow of blood in the bridge of his nose where he got popped earlier, and I think it was that mask that probably cut him. There he is. He goes, "Ouch. Don't hit me there. Hit me here."
You know, funny, basketball players are very superstitious. They're ritualistic. They have a routine they go through. They wear the same number of socks. They lace their shoes the same way, the same number of wristbands.
4 30-point games for Chris Paul this year.
It's been his last 10 games, the numbers are truly MVP-like.
25 points a game.
Yep. And he's shooting 50%, 40% from 3 during that stretch. He's one special kind of leader.
Let's check in with Kiki Vandeweghe. I'm sure would love to have coached or had him when he was a general manager. Kiki, what do you think?
Well, guys, obviously the Clippers are taking a lot of outside shots, but notice David Lee has 2 fouls already. Look for the Clips to go right at David Lee. If they can get him out of the game, that's a big advantage for the Clippers.
That's a
little surprised he's still out there.
Well, I agree with that.
A little surprised that didn't hit the rim.
And I'm not so sure they will, Kiki, but it's the right call. I hope they will go in there.
Mark
and try
Jackson going to roll the dice here in the first quarter.
Well, they're just so depleted up front, Ralph. They cannot rely on an Andres Biedrins who.
Crowd giving DJ some encouragement here, which is pretty nice after that air ball.
Did he just shoot an air ball?
He walked way back, and the crowd gave him some encouragement. See if it helps. Gonna try it again. Griffin goes after it and scores it.
Well, it was Caron Butler who kept it alive. I honestly believe that should have been an and one. Like Blake had body all over him while he tipped that ball home.
That ties the game at 8. Lineups are the same for both ball clubs. Wright looks to lead.
Is Darrell Wright ever going to make a shot against the Clippers?
He has not made nearly as many against anybody this year as he did last year. Lee uses the glass but won't get it. Rebound, DeAndre Jordan.
I like how DeAndre Jordan is looking down the floor now when he grabs his rebound. Trying to get things started.
Paul brings it over to Randy Foy.
There they go.
Down low to Griffin. Griffin against Lee. Lee in traffic, goes up, missed the shot.
You know, Blake got pinned too far on the baseline. In other words, he didn't go middle enough, so when he spun back, he had a good angle for a bank shot. There was no angle there.
Right to the free throw line. And Dominic McGuire is into the fray now with Curry having gone out early.
Good outlet.
Chris Paul. A wraparound to Griffin. Boy from the foul line. Knock it down.
That was good early movement there. An initial pick and roll from Chris Paul to Blake Griffin, a reversal, a hand to Foy, another pick, and an open jump shot.
Mo Williams about to enter for the Clippers, trying to get things going. I'll say in the first 60 seconds he's on the court, he will positively take a shot.
I'll say he'll make a shot.
McGuire bounces it off a knee. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Clippers, and here comes Mo. Mo smoking.
He really is.
I mean, on the road trip, the entire 6-game trip, he made 18 out of 35 3-pointers. 18 of 35.
And averaged 18 points a game.
That's 51%, according to my computer like mine. Chris Paul will go out and throw that mass to the sideline. Be happy to have it off. Long jump shot put up and put in nicely by McGuire.
You know, McGuire got some time there while Steph Curry was out. They even started him at the 2-guard spot. He and Darrell Wright just interchanged defensively and switched everything. Mark Jackson really likes McGuire because of his toughness.
Has not shown an ability to score the ball in the NBA. Rebound pulled down by Wright.
Yeah, you know, Udoh just out-hustled DJ for that rebound.
Right in the corner, a 3-ball, bingo.
And I'm telling you, this guy was, what was he, 1 for 11 before that one against the Clippers this year?
13-10, Golden State has the lead. First place at stake in the Pacific Division. Clippers need a win to stay ahead of the Lakers.
Now Mark Jackson has switched David Lee over to DeAndre Jordan.
Good thinking.
Clippers do not look sharp. This first quarter has troubled them.
Wright will pull up, fire another 3-ball, bingo.
You know, between last year and this year together, he's made 254 of them. So that's third most in the entire league, despite his troubles this year.
Pass deflected away, out of bounds it'll go. It'll be Clippers basketball with 16 in the shot clock.
He made the other one. You can tell he's feeling good, sizing up the line. And he can get it going. When he makes a couple, he usually makes about 4 in a game.
Settle down. Blake Griffin goes to Foy. He was fouled in the shot and will shoot free throws. Randy Foy will go to the line. Foul's going to be on Dominic McGuire. Timeout on the court. Clippers down by 6.
Shooting 33% here. Find themselves down by 6 points early on. It is time now for our CarMax Smart Choice, where you never have to haggle at CarMax. Tonight, Ralph, we say that the win just 2 nights ago against San Antonio was the best win of the season.
Oh, why would you say something like that?
I'm not going to haggle with that.
I mean, you agree with that. Oh,
CarMax said it. I'm not going to haggle with it.
You said it. I'm definitely going to haggle with that. I mean, you're like those people. You always think only thing that really counts is what happened lately.
Absolutely.
And that's not
You're
the way it is.
You're only as good as your last performance.
There's a whole bunch of wins, every bit as big as that one. And how about home wins? I still like the one in mid-January over the Lakers because it was right on the heels of a win over Miami. You beat 2 teams at that point that looked like they had a great chance to meet in the finals, beat them in back-to-back games.
I can't argue with you there.
Well,
but I can haggle with you.
Boy, he'll be the line to shoot too. But the nice thing is, it is debatable because there have been enough big wins.
Oh.
In years past, you'd pick
3 games.
Yeah, the one win out of the last 12 games. Oh, that was a big one.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, knocks down the free throw. Well, no more, gang. Randy coming off a really nice basketball game. The other night in San Antonio, scored 15 points, but just got lost in the shuffle with Paul and Williams having giant 30-plus point games.
He averaged some good points on the trip, and you mentioned Mo's hot shooting from 3. He's made 12 of his last 25 from out there.
Bobby Simmons is in.
Roles are starting to be defined since, Chauncey Billups went down, and this team is really trying to figure it out, how they can win consistently now. And this is a chance to do that. They have not won 2 games in a row for 10 games. So a big opportunity to get a string going here tonight.
He hasn't told me that. from the corner. Another three ball. Oh,
Now, Ralph.
my. Darrell Wright suddenly is
Did I
red
not
hot
say
here.
if he makes 1 or 2, he's likely to make 4?
Because you think he's not done yet.
No, this guy, since last year, has made 4 or more than anybody in the league. He's done that more times.
Griffin faces up on Udo. Kicks it back to Mo. The three ball spins out. Rebound. Nice job by Biedrins, who's come in to replace Lee.
These guys look like they are motivated. There's some belief. And it's not been Ellis and Curry.
So they're going with Udo and Biedrins together out there right now to counter Griffin and Jordan.
Well, right now what they're doing is playing harder.
That's 11 points for Darrell Wright.
And they're out there playing like they got nothing to lose. We just beat the Dallas Mavericks last night by about 28 points. We're going to come in here and win.
They don't think they're out of the playoffs yet. Mark Jackson, their first-year head coach. Griffin is the ball stolen.
If he,
There's the lob and the jam.
I mean, Darrell Wright is back from the dead.
He has 13.
He's had one good game in the last 14 games.
Good to say Mark Jackson guaranteed a playoff perch this year.
At the beginning of the season,
Udo
right?
blocks the shot by Griffin. He'll try again. Gets a block by Udo. And a foul is going to be called. And right now they're only 4 games off the playoff pace. So they figured with 25, 30 games to go, whatever it is, that they still got a shot at it.
You know, the first 8 games of the season, as you see them get out and run, Mark Jackson was preaching defense, and they were scoring about 88 points a game. Well, they didn't do so well those first 8 games. They were like 2-6. Since then,
He is a preacher, you know, too.
they do have a winning record. They've changed things up. They're playing with more pace. They're getting out. There's more freedom offensively. They score 10 more points a game than the way they started.
So Blake Griffin will settle into the free throw line. Wright smiling, talking to the referees. He'll smile talking to anybody right now. He has 13 first quarter points. Just nips the front iron. Hey, Porsche drivers, reserve your free valet spot for Clippers home games, courtesy of your Southern California Porsche dealers. Only 15 spots available for each game, so be sure to register early at Clippers.com. DeAndre Jordan takes a seat.
That's
Reggie Evans comes in.
21 of his last 41 free throws. So Blake had the ugly at the beginning, then he figured it out with his new routine, and now he's reverted back.
They get it back again. There was a 2 out of 6 from the foul line.
This is a good defensive unit out there on the floor for Golden State.
When's the last year you said that?
Never.
Boy to the baseline to Reggie Evans.
I mean, look at the way they are just smothering things in the middle.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Clippers. 4.4 seconds.
I mean, McGuire is tough. Wright is agile. Ellis is the gambler. But then you got Biedrins and Udo inside with the long arms.
Williams to 4. A long 2-pointer. That's all air. Bobby Simmons can't get it to the iron.
They blocked another shot before that last attempt.
Clippers got 3 shots that possession, and not once did they hit the iron. They've made 5 of their first 20 after the road trip. So much for home sweet home. Ellis back on the attack. Final minute, first quarter. Ellis, an easy one.
They've made 7 in a row, and the Clippers have missed 6 in a row. So look at the scoreboard.
13-point lead. Mo Williams.
Their defense is smothering. Clippers cannot even reverse the ball. You better be making jump shots if you're playing this way.
Loose ball foul is called against Dominic McGuire on the back of Reggie Evans. They're going to call it on Biedrins. So Andres will get the foul and Reggie Evans will go to the line. Reggie, a rebounding machine. The last 2 games in a road trip, he played 38 minutes, pulled down 18 rebounds. That's in 38 minutes.
His numbers are staggering, partner. Per 48 minutes, they're way better than a Dwight Howard, who leads the league in rebounding.
They're bringing a couple of shooters onto the court. Klay Thompson comes in. Brandon Rush comes in. I mentioned earlier they had 3 of the top 6 3-point shooters in the league. That's 2 of them they just brought in off the bench.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I mean, and Brandon Rush has been, he's actually been cold, Brandon Rush, but there's a good look at Klay Thompson, the rookie. He has been lighting it up. He's had 3 really good games in a row.
sure his daddy Michael is here in the building somewhere, having broadcast the Laker game earlier on the radio. Oh, there's Michael now.
He
right
got
next to Jim
a
Goldstein.
good seat. That's a better seat than his broadcasting seat.
It's way closer. Reggie will try again at the line. Looked pretty good in that one.
We're having too much fun, partner. Well, I'm looking up at the scoreboard, and there's not a lot of fun going on out there.
25-13, Golden State on top. Right from way deep. Bingo! He puts the 6 shooters away. He has a 16-point quarter. And a losing her high school in Lawndale.
That's a 20-3 run by the Warriors.
And how much fun is Darrell Wright having?
I'm telling you, he's had one good game in 14 games.
Bobby Simmons rises for 3. Bingo for Bobby. Second to go. Klay Thompson from midcourt lets it fly off the glass and harmlessly to the floor, and the quarter mercifully comes to an end, and the Clippers look up and may feel they're lucky to be within 12. It's 28-16. Golden State all over the Clips.
Basketball is brought to you by your local Honda dealer, by KFC, come in today and taste why fresh is better, and by Shumash Casino Resort, just 2 hours north of Center Court.
Second quarter's underway, and feeling in need of a change of pace, Vinny Del Negro has gone to Eric Bledsoe in the backcourt along with Chris Paul. Mo Williams and Bobby Simmons stay along with Reggie Evans. 3 ball falls out by Klay Thompson. Evans rebounds, and let's see if this group can get something going. They got 4 shooters out there with Reggie.
Well, you know Bledsoe will create tempo, which is good, but they got 3 guards out there.
Paul looks off everybody, misses, gets fouled again. Didn't get hit in the face at least. They go to the free throw line. McGuire picks up the personal foul, his second of the ball game.
He sure went in there fearlessly. I mean, you couldn't. Didn't look like he was hesitant with the
He definitely
mask.
fooled Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Luckily it wasn't Steph Curry. He'd have sprained an ankle again. Ball to the free throw line where he is expert, 86%. Saw a study somewhere in a magazine yesterday when they isolation plays where it's one man against the world. He's best in the NBA.
It doesn't surprise me.
Number one.
Does not surprise me. I didn't have those figures.
Top 3 closer in the league.
No question about that.
Reggie Evans gets another possession for the Clippers.
Got fouled.
There he
again.
is, +1.
And I'll tell you this, the Clippers are 16-4, which, you know that percentage, my friend, that's about 80% when he scores 17 or more. So when he's engaged offensively, this team is so tough to beat. I love how he put that shot up there and then braced his body for the blow that was coming. He sensed it, but he still got it down.
And he completes the 3-point play. So that winds up being a very nice possession for the Clippers.
Well, I mean, look at the scoreboard right now. Just like that, you almost feel like they're back in this basketball game.
Robinson
had a big game last night.
against Bledsoe.
He's their catalyst. He'll come in and
Klay Thompson in the corner. He'll go to the hole.
you know what? Somebody gave him a message. In the first 25 games of the season, he'd only been to the line 4 times. And they said, you got to start going to the hole. He's done that lately.
Into the corner to Mo. Thompson picks him up.
I think Thompson's going to be a star.
Bobby Simmons can get it. Another rebound for Reggie. He'll put it in.
And he killed them last time on the boards, too. He had 12 boards in limited minutes the last time he played the Warriors.
Rebounding machine.
This is actually a very astute lineup change by Vinny Del Negro. He brings his leader out there, Chris Paul. He's got Mo Williams, his hottest player. He brings Bledsoe, who's going to create tempo and cause things to happen defensively, and just says, you know what? You now adjust to us. We're not coming at you with Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. And it has worked so far. Clippers coming right back into this ball game after a dismal first quarter.
They've trimmed it now to 8.
Let's check out the Carl's Jr. combo. It is time now for that, and it hasn't necessarily been the assist. It's been this guy right here, Darrell Wright, coming from nowhere. And I'm telling you, spiritually, he's combining with the rim. It's all one, folks. Not one, not two, not three. Look at this one. That's from like another area code. His 4th 3 of the ball game.
16-point quarter for Darrell Wright. Welcome home, young man. Let's check it now with Kiki Vanderway.
Well, clearly the Warriors have a lot of weapons, and if you get them going and give them confidence early, they can be a tough matchup for anybody. But I like what Vinny did, piggyback on what Mike said. You know, when they have Paul Williams and Bledsoe out there, they are very, very fast. The Warriors cannot guard them on the perimeter. They get in the middle. They've gone to the basket 3 straight times, and good things happen.
Plus, they got shooters out there, which all coaches like. They're on a 9-2 run right now. Clippers had great luck in San Antonio putting 4 shooters and a big on the court together, and they're doing it again now.
And you know what it did? They eventually brought Blake Griffin back in with all those shooters, and then Chris Paul and Blake Griffin operated the middle of the floor, and there was all sorts of room.
Thompson back to Robinson. Thompson with 5 in a shot clock. Another rebound for Reggie Evans.
Of course.
Reggie, look at these numbers. He has 3 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists in 3 minutes.
Just a hair short has Mo Williams been on his attempts so far.
3 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds in 3 minutes.
In 3 minutes?
I mean, that is remarkable. Clippers get the turnover. Got Paul out front. He'll get it. He'll lay it in. Paul on the receiving end of a fast break.
When's the last time that's happened?
Clippers within 6.
It's this lineup which has really changed the whole dynamic of this basketball game.
Nate Robinson against Bledsoe.
They're getting their hands on passes. It's one shot only for Golden State.
Nate.
And they're able to switch and get over the picks. That was a double dribble.
It's as plain as anything.
It certainly looked like it.
Oh, it was.
And here they go again. Here they come.
Chris Paul back into the front court.
That's got to be a foul on Biedrins.
Evans goes down. Biedrins running down Reggie Evans.
So add drawing a foul on Biedrins to your tally of Reggie Evans' line.
I mean, it is just a remarkable run here for Reggie.
Now here's the test. Because Mark Jackson just said, I'm going to bring in some new guys. Does he really double dribble here, or is this ball tipped?
No.
Oh, he absolutely double dribbles.
Yeah, plain as anything. And by definition, it was double. You dribble, you stop,
is that reviewable? Can we signal to the...
Well, luckily, it didn't hurt the Clippers because they wanted to get the ball back without a score.
Now, I was saying Mark Jackson made a reaction. He said, okay, Clippers have kind of changed the momentum here. He came back with David Lee and Epi Udoh. Now, will the Clippers counter-react or stay small? I even like the idea of staying small.
I do too. Paul has it against Thompson.
Down to 5.
Down to 5.
CP.
With 3.
Oh, he couldn't.
Got it off just in time. Missed the shot, rebound battle. Bledsoe goes to get it.
When he was at the height of his game last year, he did that 2 or 3 times a game.
Keeps working. Be careful. 10 on the shot clock.
Now look who's guarding Chris. Hello.
All the way to the basket.
Hello.
And the end result, nobody.
No, nobody can. I mean, Brandon Rush is too big. Everyone else too slow.
Well, the mask question has been put to rest. It's not a problem.
Nope. So far, plenty of music in this night.
Udoh. Epi Udoh gets his 3rd bucket of the ball game with a 6-point lead. Paul weaving his way down the lane to the hole. Throw it up, throw it in.
10 of the last 12 for the Clippers.
Man, oh man.
MVP right now, Vinny Del Negro with his lineup change. This game was getting away from the Clippers until he made that switch.
They were down by 15. Klay Thompson to Lee. Down low, and a off-the-ball foul is going to be called against Bobby Simmons. Simmons holding Udoh.
Folks, he's other than Nate Robinson, he's the smallest guy out there. I mean, the quickness has returned, too. A year ago, the first year back from knee surgery, everyone questioned whether he would ever be the same. Come on, put those statements away. Look at what he does again. The head fakes, the hesitation. How does he make that shot?
7:48 to go in the first half. Ellis crosses over.
And a great move having Bledsoe out there to guard the ever-present Ellis.
Here goes Bledsoe. A great takeaway by Ellis.
Well, Bledsoe's unrefined in the open court. That's okay. You know, you hope one day that's going to refine. Those skills will be there.
Foul's going to be called on the Clippers, but the Clippers have clearly come to life.
Yep.
There was no sign of that in the first half.
And that's, if you're a coach, that's what you want. I mean, you need effort. They think they're coming away for a chance to score a layup, and Monte Ellis is always among the league leaders in steals.
Warriors will bring the ball in.
How about Bobby Simmons guarding Udo? Udo's basically been a center the last 2 weeks.
Ellis with 7 on the clock. Thompson got it down below his knees and was able to rise and knock it down.
I'm telling you, last 3 games, he's averaging 16 points a game. Every rookie usually has that moment where they roll it together, a streak of games. His confidence is very high.
7-point lead for Golden State. Paul for 3. Rims out. Lee the rebound. Lee brings it ahead to Monte Ellis. M-O-N-T-A. Monte. Works against Bledsoe. Klay Thompson. Klay with a K.
Got it!
Paul the rebound. He'll bring the ball ahead.
He's looking for Blake. He's looking for DJ.
Rush is looking for Paul. Bledsoe almost lost it. Did lose it. Dallas.
Watch out for the lob.
Lay it in.
That guy has another gear. When Monte Ellis in the open court and sees a lane to the basket, he shifts to full speed ahead.
Back to a 9-point lead for the Golden State Warriors after the Clippers had cut it from 15 down to 4.
A total chess match here. The coaches creating all the moves. Monte Ellis coming back in, and Golden State back on top.
Clippers basketball is brought to you by Ram Trucks. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your SoCal Ram dealer. Guts, Glory, Ram. And by El Pollo Loco. Fish tacos are back. Try the classic Baja or the spicy Chipotle. Just $1.99 each. Only for a limited time. Golden State trying to restake his claim to this game. They lead by 9 once again. Think you have what it takes? Want to win $5 million? Audition now for Season 2 of The X Factor. Go to thexfactorusa.com for more details as we check in with Kiki Vandeweghe for more details.
Well, Mark Jackson has realized that they can't guard these guys one-on-one. So they've gone to the zone a couple times. Now against the zone, what that's designed to do is to take away the pick and roll and the dribble. What the Clippers have to do is move the ball, move men, get the ball in the middle, be patient, and attack from the middle, guys.
Well, they got a chance to do that now with Blake Griffin going back out onto the court for the Clippers.
And it looks like they do revert back to one-on-one. It just seems like each coach trying to accomplish a purpose. First, Vinny to get his guys back in the game. That mission accomplished. Now you got to go back to what was good early on. It's been good all season.
Boy, gets to the basket nicely. Good play by Randy.
And he had some lift there, didn't he? Randy getting in shape, staying in shape. 4 good ball games on that trip, that 6-game trip.
Ellis into the corner. Wright is back after a 16-point opening quarter.
Did you see the closeout by Chris Paul? He was not going to let him shoot another.
Ellis. Nice play.
I mean, he can get a shot off every single time.
He has 6. Golden State by 9. 5:24 to go. We're in the second quarter of this basketball game. So they're trying to get a 6-game homestand off on a winning foot. Griffin being fronted by Udo.
They need to reverse the ball right there. So Bobby Simmons should have come foul line, gone through him, and it would have been a high-low dump, and then they cannot stop. You'll never be able to guard Blake that way if you can quickly reverse the basketball.
Udo gets the foul.
But I will say this, they've made it very difficult on Blake Griffin so far through this game.
Just 5 field goal attempts for Blake. 4 points. He'll be at the free throw line to shoot 2.
He looks tired.
58% from the line on the road trip.
Maybe he was saying a prayer about these free throws.
The way he shot the first 2, he wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Or the first 3. Hey, here's your chance to high-five the players as they enter the court and watch pregame warm-ups before the doors open to the public. Book your group of 12 or more right now by calling 213-763-2675 or visit clippers.com/groups. Griffin finally gets one right. Missed his first three, knocks that one down. It's an 8-point deficit. Monte Ellis marches into the front court, leads. Griffin draws the charge, and that's number 3 on David Lee.
Great presence of mind by Blake Griffin. I don't think the Clippers reacted well to the initial pick and roll. Looked like a wide open lane, and Blake just from the weak side noticed it, jumped over, and changes the game with one smart defensive play.
So Lee will exit, and Dominic McGuire will come in to replace him.
And that means Udoh back over on Blake Griffin.
And the Clips bring it back, trailing by 8. Chris Paul. Mo's not gotten it going yet.
Blake was open.
A small one on him. Klay Thompson will get the foul. Pretty much defenseless down there against the powerful Blake Griffin.
I think it is free throws from here on out for the Clippers.
So Blake will shoot 1 plus the penalty. Looks at that free throw line and says it's only 15 feet away. The basket's only 10 feet tall. I can make 2 of these. The power of positive thinking. See if it works for the 2-time All-Star. All-Star twice in 2 years. Apparently not. He was shooting 48% before he changed his approach at the line. And by and large, it's been an improvement, but not probably as dramatic as he had hoped.
Yeah, because just lately on the trip, he really struggled.
Griffin one more time at the line. 1 out of 2. 7-point ball game. Golden State on top. 4:45 to go in the half. Ralph Lawler, Mike Smith, Kiki Vandeweghe. Great to have you along here on Prime Ticket. Thompson to Udoh. Pretty nice finishing move.
You know, there were some questions when they chose him in the draft. Remember, right after him was selected a kid named Greg Monroe, who's in Detroit, averaging 16 and 10. But Udoh's starting to come to life.
Boy, crosses over. Got him. Inside beautifully to Griffin.
I bet you that gets Blake's game going for the remaining 4 minutes of the half. It's amazing how a dunk just lifts your spirits and your confidence.
Now, how would you know?
I'm just assuming.
That's just through observation.
Absolutely.
Okay, fine. Going to the hole, and he stepped out of bounds. It'll be Clippers basketball as Ellis turns it over.
Great penetration by Ford, who, remember, the last time went all the way to the goal. That's why Udoh bit on the fake.
Paul will bring it ahead now.
What's this how do you know stuff? You don't think I've ever done?
Well, I know you were in a high riser. Boy will work the wing. The lob inside to Blake. He'll go up to get it, but he gets fouled. They clearly don't have an answer. Thompson gets his second foul.
They're wearing him down a little bit. The Iron Man.
Dad's probably saying to Klay, beat that big guy up. You beat him up,
yeah,
Dad.
Right. Well, his dad was the #1 pick in the draft, just like Mr. Blake Griffin.
So Blake will settle in one more time at the line. Number 5 in the league in rebounding. He's number 7 in that NBA efficiency ratings. And Chris Paul is like number 5. The Clippers the only team with 2 in the top 8. Free throw is good. Butler comes in. Simmons goes out for the Clippers. Bobby did okay. Working on a second 10-day contract. Griffin again. Trying to cut it to 5. It's short. So 3 straight sets of 1 out of 2 at the foul line. 3:42 to go. Golden State hasn't shot a free throw yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Clippers have shot a lot, but not shot them well. Down the lane, a nice cut and right with the finish. That was from Udoh. So back to 8. Paul had the big start to the second quarter. Goes to Griffin at the elbow. He's against Udoh. 1-on-1. Oh, nice job by Ellis coming over to reject it.
It's amazing how quickly the NBA figures things out. We saw a couple of instances on the road trip where teams came from the weak side and blocked a shot by Blake. Teams watch film, they change their assignments and their schemes. Now that's just a great play by a guard.
Only 6 in the shot clock. Paul gets the ball to Mo Williams against Klay Thompson. It's down to 4. He'll fire and miss.
Again, just a hair short.
Ellis comes the other way. Paul almost had the takeaway. Ellis gets it back. And what's the call?
It might be a foul on.
It's being Mo Williams.
I think they called a timeout.
That's a personal foul on Mo Williams. Timeout in the court. The Clippers down by 8.
Golden State with an 8-point lead over the Clippers here at Staples Center, 43-35. Coming up on Clippers Live halftime report, we're going to talk about how the Warriors kind of stunned the Clippers in the opening quarter, find a huge effort from Darrell Wright. Chris Paul, though, playing with the nasal fracture, of course, has the mask on tonight. Michael Leeds and Don McClain here in Star Plaza. That mask is not getting in the way of his shooting.
Yeah, it's normal for Chris Paul tonight, 12 points. And what I like is he's attacking the rim. Sometimes when you have something wrong with your face or you broke something, you might be reluctant to go in there. Well, Chris Paul wasn't reluctant at all. In fact, there was a sequence in this first half where he went in there 2 times in a row. That was the second time. So a good sign. Again, we don't know how long he's going to have to wear this, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him at all. The rest of the Clippers have to bring up their level, only shooting 37%.
Yeah, 27% in the first quarter, so they have improved since the opening frame. But see what they can do here in the final minutes of the second quarter. Back inside now, Ralph Lawler and Mike Smith.
I'd like to get some improvement on the defensive end, too. The Warriors are shooting 59%. They shot 54% against Dallas last night.
Clippers look tired to me. They really do. Chris Paul's the only player shooting better than 50% for the Clippers. Butler 0 for 3. Williams 0 for 4. Remember, they scored 64 points in the first half against San Antonio.
Wow.
They might not get 44 here in the first half.
Almost a takeaway by Randy Foye. Udall. Well, a defensive breakdown. He has 10.
Now, the Warriors look sharp. They really do.
It was they who played last night, not the Clippers.
They've won, they're 8-7 in their last 15.
They're only 2-3 in March.
But, I mean, think about the confidence they got from beating Dallas last night handling. And here's that zone Kiki was talking about.
Paul into the corner. Foye for 3. Bingo.
Gotta make shots.
Zone miss.
And remember, against San Antonio, they were making everything they looked at. It's come a little more painstakingly tonight.
Dominic McGuire into the corner. Under pressure, missed the shot. Jordan the rebound. Finds the point guard, and Paul pushes it up court.
Boy, if you could get a couple of hoops and a couple of stops, you would feel very, very fortunate going to that locker room.
Butler goes back to Paul. Gets a big screen, and the foul can be called on Ellis.
And that's almost a guarantee, too, the way CP closes quarters. You're going to walk up to the line and say, thank you very much.
Good screen by Jordan. Ellis tried to go over it. And Chris will shoot 2 free throws. He's made 2 out of 3. Coming off a 36-point game 2 nights ago with a broken nose.
Yeah.
Free throw is good.
And the game before went for 20, 10, and 5.
I'd be in the hospital for 2 weeks with a broken nose. I'm looking for sympathy. Paul makes the first one. Cut it to 5. Misses the free throw. He goes down and pops right back up. Clipper foul shooting leaving a lot to be desired here. They're 9 for 19 after going 20 for 24 in San Antonio 2 nights ago.
All shots were falling that night.
Dominic McGuire into the corner. Good ball movement to Klay Thompson. Bingo.
They have made 6 of them from deep. It's way ahead of their pace, but they're making 6 out of 9. We told you that would be a factor in this ball game.
Griffin down low against McGuire. He wants it back.
He looks exhausted to me, Ralph. I mean, Blake looks exhausted. Watch how he gets down the floor right now.
Ellis comes the other way, just over a minute remaining. Beautiful lead pass to Thompson, who misses. The foul by Udoh is good.
Blake,
and they are beating the Clippers at every turn.
Did not make it past the foul line. And they just fouled DeAndre Jordan, didn't they?
They did indeed. That's Mark Jackson's strategy.
Mark Jackson has been so proactive tonight with his decisions.
And look at Blake Griffin at midcourt, down in his haunches.
I'm telling you.
That's a sure sign of weariness.
I wonder if he's okay. I mean, I wonder if it's something else, like he's sick or something like that.
Jordan will be at the free throw line to shoot 2. DJ's missed his only 2. Of course, he signed that offer sheet with the Warriors in December. 2 or 3 days later, the Clippers matched it.
I mean, this is a good 30 seconds after the whistle stopped. Look at Blake still.
And Chris Paul over to Chuck.
Yeah.
You say, you okay, big guy?
Yeah, the bench, was asking him, and I saw him nod his head.
So DeAndre Jordan will try one more time. The Clippers down by 10. Made their move early this quarter, but DJ makes them both. Just take that, Mark Jackson. 50-41, Clippers trail by 9. A minute remaining in the first half. Monte Ellis. The runner won't go, but he will go to the free throw line. Monte Ellis will shoot free throws. Foy will get the foul, his first. This will be the first free throw of the night for Golden State.
Yep. And tell me how this Monte Ellis guy gets overlooked every single year for the All-Star game.
Well, the Warriors haven't had a good record in years. That's the answer.
But it isn't really the good record middle of the season game, isn't it? The All-Star game? Like, let's pick the best players.
Well, he's not going to get voted in by the fans, and the coaches really seem to look at the standings.
That's true.
They really seem to.
They will always look at those first and second place teams and say 1 or 2 guys belong. Sometimes they've chosen 3 from those first place teams.
DeAndre comes out now to avoid any more of that free throw stuff. I think Vinny thinking we did okay with DJ making 2. Let's not press our luck. Bobby Simmons replaces him, and Ellis will go to the free throw line.
20 or more in 8 of the last 10. He's become Mr. Reliable as far as scoring.
We've not seen Curry since his brief run at the start of the game. I just could not believe he was playing at all. He played 6 minutes, went out, and I'm going to presume he's not going to play anymore.
Missed all 3 shots. But it hasn't hurt the Warriors. That's the thing.
I thought it was foolhardy to play him. I don't know if he aggravated the ankle or just said it wasn't right or what. But Foy for 3, needing it, not getting it. Tipped by Griffin, won't go. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Clippers. 40 seconds remaining. Clippers will bring the ball in beneath their own hoop.
They are keeping fresh bodies on Blake Griffin, too.
Paul will bring it in.
They just brought in Dominique McGuire, who's absolutely fresh.
They open up the middle for CP3.
All by himself.
He'll shoot the 3 ball. It's short. Rebound taken by Wright. 7 seconds separate the shot in the game clock. Clippers will get it back. Ellis checking the clock. Working with it. His name's been all over the rumor board as far as trades are concerned.
But that Curry ankle thing is kind of changing that whole dynamic.
Klay Thompson has it poked away. Out of bounds it'll go. It's going to go to whom? Go to Golden State. Warriors get it back. 2.4 on the shot clock. 8.4 in the game clock. A quick hitter coming up here for the Warriors. And that'll bring Steph Curry in just that quickly. I guess I figure he can go out there and
play a possession.
Take one shot.
Yeah.
Or maybe not even that.
Might even be in the pass.
Yeah. So no chance to risk any ankle sprain throwing the ball inbounds. Into the corner, and Chris Paul is there to knock it away.
He did win the skills competition 2 years ago. The guy's got all-around game.
So good safe use of Curry.
Well, that's all it was.
Curry's going to sit down. He just came in to make the inbounds pass.
It was that sneaky pass along the sideline under the hoop.
And no chance of any injury there. And if he was okay, he'd be out there now because he's such a sweet shooter. Rush will catch, shoot, bingo.
I mean, the guy's top 5 in the league in 3-point percentage. He has been all year.
Man, oh man. Clippers bring it up with 5 seconds to go. Knocked out of bounds, 4.7. So the 3 ball is killing the Clippers. They've made 7 out of 10, the Warriors have. Chris Paul across the timeline.
Great fake.
Into the corner to Foy. Double clutch and get fouled. Could be 2, could be 3. Fouls on Thompson. Clay picks up his 3rd personal foul. They're going to come over here and watch some television to see whether or not Randy was behind the 3-point line. It's where his toes are when he leaves the floor, not where he lands, but where he takes off.
I'd actually sub in for Blake Griffin right now and get him to the locker room. This may take 40 seconds here to figure this out.
Put him in a hammock.
Yeah. I mean, go let him start his halftime recovery and rest.
I couldn't see on that one. Looks like a 2. The 2-point free throw situation for Randy Foy with 0.8 of a second to go.
Are they bringing David Lee back into the ball game?
So Foy will step up to the line. Lee and Biedrins look like they're going to come in just to box out against Blake Griffin and Bobby Simmons.
David Lee has 3 fouls.
I figure he can box out without getting a foul. Foy's free throw is no good. And the foul shooting woes continue. Biedrins and Lee will come in, and they just don't want to have Griffin in particular sneak in there and tip in a miss.
You know, Mark Jackson before the ball game in his press conference, he looked so tired. And everybody, we're seeing that everywhere we go. But I'm telling you, he's coaching his socks off.
Randy Foy trying to get one more, and he does, and it's a 13-point Golden State lead as the horn sounds. A big opening half for Golden State, coming off a monster win last night. They finished this second quarter in a 10-3 run, and they've got themselves a pretty comfortable cushion here at the intermission by 13 points. A 55-42 lead for Golden State. They've made over 60% of their field goals. They've made 70% of their 3-pointers, for crying out loud. Clippers languishing around 37% from the field in a very cold shooting opening half as we turn things over to Michael Eads.
All right, Ralph, thanks a lot. Yeah, definitely a disappointing first half here against the Warriors for the Clippers, especially coming off that big win on the road against San Antonio. When we return, Don McClain will join me. We'll talk about the first half, take you inside some of the numbers. Right now, the Clippers trail by 13 at the half.
To you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Visit us today. It's time to trade up to Ford. And by Jack in the Box. Love bacon? Then try the new BLT Cheeseburger Combo right now at Jack in the Box for just $4.99 plus tax. Ralph Lawler, Mike Smith, Kiki Vandeweghe back with you here inside the building as the Los Angeles Clippers are doing battle with the Golden State Warriors inside Staples Center. Not going so well so far. Clippers are down big by 13 at the intermission. Let's check our U.S. Marines leaders of the game, Mike.
Ralph, they haven't been able to stop anybody, and certainly not this guy, Darrell Wright, who came out, and I'm telling you, he's had one good game, and that was 8 games ago against Phoenix when he exploded for 23. The rest of his games in the last 14, he's averaged 5 points a game. But tonight, a homecoming game, because he went to high school right here in Los Angeles, he has absolutely lit it up. 4 from deep, he's got 18 points, he's only missed 1 shot in the entire game.
And if you look at the bucket chart brought to you by your hometown KFC, and he's all over the darn court.
Yeah, not a lot of X's, right? But look at the way he's running to spot up to threes, and then those 3 around the basket were actually layups where he got out on the break, and that's when Golden State had it running and going well. First quarter, they just trounced the Clippers. They were up 15 early in this basketball game. There was one moment when the Clippers in the second quarter, when Vinny Del Negro countered with a quick lineup. Chris Paul and Eric Bledsoe and Mo Williams, Clippers climbed back into it. Let's see if they'll go back to that at some point.
Eric Bledsoe part of that too.
The rebound story has been pretty much even, and Mo Williams, who came off his hottest game, folks, 0 for 4. Clippers only have 6 points off the bench. That's not enough.
Yikes. 3 by Simmons, 3 by Evans. So the second half is underway. And Curry is out there, surprisingly. So he and Ellis in the backcourt, the same unit at the start of the game. With Lee, Udoh, and Wright up front. Ball's bounced away to Wright in the corner for three. Off the iron, taken by Griffin. Clippers with Butler, Griffin, Jordan, Foy, and Paul.
First thing I'm going to watch for is the movement and the set. See if they get this ball going from side to side.
DeAndre Jordan to Griffin.
Force Golden State to play some defense.
Blake inside, nice job.
There was enough space there that Blake could just jump up and over anybody.
Trims it to 11. 11 to go in quarter number 2. Number 3 make it. Wright looks to Lee. Lee playing with 3 fouls. Ellis.
That's his spot right there too. Couple of dribbles and he pulls up from 18 feet. That's really where he likes to gravitate towards.
Chris Paul gets the foul as Ellis going for a third steal of the ball game.
I agree.
He picked Bledsoe's pocket twice.
Yeah, he had 3 of those in the first half, and that would have been another one.
The Clippers turn the ball over.
Somehow they gotta find a way to get Blake going. If it's single coverage, I think Blake can get his game on track.
Curry brings it to Lee. Lee to Ellis. Nice job.
Yeah, he just made a good shot because the Clippers defended it well.
13-point lead for the Warriors. Paul wearing the face mask, made by the same people that made Kobe Bryant's. Suffered a nasal fracture in the game Friday night in San Antonio against the Spurs. Griffin against Udoh. Offensive foul, Caron Butler.
Well, Caron, who had really struggled 10 games before that San Antonio game, had a coming to life moment there, about 14 points against San Antonio, has yet to get on track here tonight.
He's 4 of his last 23 three-pointers. And that was a weapon for him until that point.
And you notice what he did on that catch? He faked and drove.
Not the confident shooter that he was. Foy will get his second foul. So not a sparkling opening 2 minutes of the second half. Ellis will bring it in with 15 in the shot clock. Comes to Curry. Right against Butler. Steal by Chris Paul.
Watch out.
Foy throws it away. Oh, me, oh my. Running to the goal off the glass, can't get it, gets it back, puts it up and puts it in.
Remember?
Monte Ellis.
The hunger to score, that guy has it. He's got 8 assists to go with his 8 points.
Lee is 15, matches their biggest lead of the ball game. Open look for Caron. If he doesn't make that one, you know he's cold.
You got it right.
Just like NBA players make that shot.
That's a 9 out of 10 shot.
Yep. Steph Curry. Almost taken away. Out of bounds it'll go.
I think Curry shoved off on Chris Paul.
Chris letting the referee know about it. The ball belongs to Golden State. Watch this again.
Well, watch Curry's left arm.
Oh, yeah, he
right there.
held him off and then pushed him. Ellis brings it ahead with 8 on the shot clock. Udoh. He's all right. He has 14. Uh-oh, it's a 17-point lead for the Golden State Warriors.
I like Kenyon Martin just got up off the bench, started clapping for his guys, trying to get the crowd into it.
Kenyon apparently still not available with that rib injury. Butler misses. Griffin explodes to the rebound but couldn't control it. Loose ball foul called against Golden State. Have they called a timeout? Yeah, they called a timeout, got possession and called time. So a timeout is taken inside the 9-minute mark of the third period of play. Golden State opened up a 17-point lead.
Kind of scary in here, folks. Not the Clippers' spirit. They're not scary. But I'm looking at the scoreboard. Clippers down to the Warriors. Time now for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. And it's been one of those nights. Golden State playing like they got nothing to lose. Look at Darrell Wright. Look where he's shooting from. Are you kidding me? That line is 9 inches. He's a good 2 steps behind that line. The Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Things not looking good right now. Let's see how things are looking to Kiki Vanderway. Kiki?
Well, guys, what the Clippers really have to do is they have to get Chris Paul and Blake Griffin in a pick and roll. Those are the 2 best players. That will force the Warriors to rotate, get everybody involved, get something going to the basket. The Clipper advantage is inside. They're getting nothing inside. They're just taking long outside shots, and that's not a good recipe tonight.
Indeed not, when you're shooting 35% from the field and 2 out of 9 from 3-point land. Nate Robinson is back.
I totally agree. And what they got to do first and foremost is somehow stop the Warriors. That's going to be a foul on Caron Butler holding the jersey of Darrell Wright as he came over to the strong side of the ball.
Curry's gone to the bench again after a 3-minute run in the second half. He had a 6-minute run in the first half. 14 on the shot clock. Golden State will bring the ball in.
Such a good kid,
There's
that
Curry.
Steph Curry. He's so frustrated.
Udoh swings the ball to Ellis. Splits the defender, rises and misses. Lee, the rebound, right for 3. DeAndre Jordan goes to get it. Here come the Clippers with Chris Paul to the controls, ahead to Randy Foye. Griffin, go to the hole, lay it in, get fouled.
You know what? He was going to throw it down like never before. You could just see it in his eyes with the frustration, the fatigue factor, and finally his first little lane to the goal. And I give him credit because he led up on this to make sure he made the hoop once he felt the contact.
So Griffin a chance for a 3-point play. His foul shooting leaving something to be desired here. He's 3 out of 8. The Clippers at 12 out of 23 as a ball club. They've outscored Golden State by 10 from the foul line.
Yeah, but Golden State has what? 7 3-pointers. That's 21 to the Clippers 2.
Well, they have 10 more field goals total.
Ugh. Clippers got to find a way to shut them down. A few stops in a row can change the momentum of this game.
Udoh against Jordan. Foul on DJ.
Well, that's 2 possessions in a row. When the Clippers are, trying to intensify their defense, they've committed 2 fouls.
It's a non-shooting foul. Golden State will bring it in.
Clippers have already committed 4 fouls in the quarter. That means Golden State for 8 minutes of the third is going to shoot free throws if they can get there.
Lee has it against Griffin. Backs down. Goes up with the left hand and misses and follows and scores with the right.
They are definitely the more active, energetic, and spry team tonight.
And they lead by 16. Chris Paul brings the ball to Randy Foye. Butler to the basket. Draws the foul. He'll shoot free throws. Foul's going to be on Lee. That's number 4 on David.
Look at this activity by Lee. He's going to miss this shot, but watch. He doesn't wait and watch it. He went right after it. But he did just pick up his 4th foul. I think they will finally have to take him out.
Caron, an 81% foul shooter. He's missed all 5 of his field goal tries. And he misses the free throw. So it is gone. Hey fans, text fast break to 69522 to win a VIP trip to Las Vegas. The trip includes 3 nights in a fabulous Mandalay Bay suite, round-trip airfare for 2, complimentary passes to exciting shows, even an autographed Lake Griffin jersey. Visit Clippers.com for more details and fast break to Mandalay Bay. 1 out of 2 for Caron Butler. 7:24 to go in the third.
I think it's going to take 2 runs.
Griffin is down.
Yep, McGuire hit him in the face inadvertently.
Ellis on the run, knocked away. Lee picks it up and puts it in. Vinny Del Negro incensed. Technical foul on Vinny. He could not believe that they didn't call a foul. He had his bell rung, it looks like. Trainer Jason Powell out there to 10 to Blake Griffin.
I'm telling you, as depleted as Blake's energy reserves are, watch the top of your screen. The right hand of McGuire just reached back.
Oh, that's just a right-handed punch. And he hit him right on the button. And he knocked the heavyweight down. Man, oh man. And he clearly got his bell rung. Jason Powell out there talking to Blake. Nose may have been bloodied. After all that, it's the Clippers that get the technical foul. Vinny Del Negro asks if he's okay.
I've seen it happen many times, Ralph, where a play like this gets a home team awakened.
Ellis misses the technical foul shot.
Coach gets a tee.
Hope you're right.
Coach goes to bat for his player. Everyone reacts and rallies around the moment.
So Blake's going to stay in there. A little cotton in the left nostril. He's fine. So the Clippers will have the basketball now, trailing by 17 big ones. Still over 19 minutes to go in the game.
Can Blake catch a break? Can't one of his teammates walk all the way back there to inbound the ball? He had to go all the way back from half court. Come on, guys.
Randy Foye will bring the ball ahead. Clippers had one good run of basketball early in the second quarter. That's been it. Paul throws it away, gets it back.
I think he was trying to get a play for Blake.
Butler steps in for the 2-ball. Here they come. Ellis. Blocked inside by Foye. Big defensive save by Randy. Fans dying to have something to cheer about.
I mean, Clippers have missed open shots. Great hang time and concentration by Foye to keep his hand and eye on the ball.
Nate Robinson will bring it in. Comes in deep to David Lee, playing with 4 fouls. Ellis against Foye. Go to the basket, spin and miss. Rebound, Griffin takes it off the glass and brings the ball ahead. Griffin into the front court. Challenged by Dominic McGuire. Momentarily drive, miss, get fouled. He'll go back to the line.
He's determined.
Coming up a bit later in the ball game, we'll have the Mercury Insurance Sports Update. We'll check out some of the key stories around the NBA. Blake Griffin will shoot a couple.
Blake Griffin shoots 2.
2 free throws for Griffin. He's been busy at the line, not terribly effective. 4 out of 9. 5 out of 10.
You know, when something becomes mental, Ralph, in any sport, you know, whether it's a short putt in golf or a free throw in basketball, and it's usually, you know, the quietest moments when the focus is on the action stop. You almost want to create some sort of a routine so that it becomes just repetition and automatic, and you don't allow the mind to enter in. It's the certain number of dribbles and boom.
15-point lead for the Golden State Warriors. Nate Robinson against Chris Paul.
It's going to take more than one run. So the question is, do they have 2 runs in them from here to the end of the game?
Robinson through the paint, almost throws it away. Wright recovers with 5 on the clock. Good closeout, but Butler wound up getting him. Duran tried to contort his body in such a way there'd be no contact. He thought he did. Referee thought he did not. And Darrell Wright will go to the line.
You know, it's amazing. If Darrell Wright had been having the 0 for 6 game he had the last time, he doesn't get that call.
I mean who created the contact?
And there was very little contact to boot.
Wright's line dive free throw was good. He's only got 3 points at the line. I mean, Karan really wondering what he did. He's like, I just went straight up. I stopped. He leaned into me and brushed my chest. 1 out of 2 for Darrell Wright. He's sitting on 19 points in the ball game. Season high is 24. Trying to stretch it back to 17. And he does. 67-50. Golden State on top of the Clippers. Paul brings it back. He has 13, Foye 10, Griffin 16. Ball steps into the paint, missed the shot. The rebound taken by McGuire.
And Chris Paul lost his mask. His mask is somewhere in the backcourt.
Hate when that happens. Robinson with it.
And Chris Paul just said to the ref, that mask is not supposed to fall off. Somebody hit it off.
Ellis inside, lose the basketball. It's on the floor. It's picked up by Caron Butler. Caron brings it into the front court. Here's Griffin. Against McGuire. Bigger, stronger, and in the paint a long time. Wow. A moment ago, Chris Paul losing his mask. But that's not a foul.
Should have been. And that's what Chris was saying to the ref. He says that thing's designed not to fall off on his own. He still doesn't have it on.
He does not.
Stoppage of play. He should have got it back from the ball boy who picked it up.
Ellis brings it ahead. Technical foul?
No, I think the Clippers just committed a foul so Chris could get his mask back on.
They're calling a technical foul.
The Clippers have 6 guys out there.
Oh, that's a new defense.
They need it.
It's a 2-4 defense.
Ralph, they need it.
Wow.
You mean the 1-2-3 zone?
So Ellis will shoot the tee. Paul saying, I was trying to get my mask on.
So far, everybody on the Clipper side of the ball having a little bit of a night off.
18-point lead is the biggest lead of the basketball game for Golden State. Bobby Simmons is in. Coach desperately hunting for a wing who can knock down a shot. He has Williams and Paul and Foy and Simmons out there with Griffin. Offensive foul on Ellis. The second charge that Griffin has drawn in this ball game. So that goes as a turnover for Golden State. They're 8th in the ball game. Clippers have 10 miscues. And Mo Williams 0 for 4 in 14 scoreless first half minutes after a 33-point explosion Friday night. The mask is secure once again for Chris Paul. The screen from Simmons. The little runner in the lane. 15 points for Paul. Clippers down by 16. 4:48 to go in the third. Ellis. The lead. Knock away and a foul. The Blake Griffin. Griffin gets his first foul of the basketball game. Free throws coming for David Lee as the Clippers are long over the limit.
Oh. Been that way for a long time.
Lee will be 29 in April. He was the last pick in the first round of the 2005 draft by the Knicks. Number 30.
You know, he signed a big free agent contract last year coming over from the Knicks. 2 years ago in New York, had that 20-point, 11 rebound a game season.
Not far from that now at 19 and almost 10.
You're right, he's headed there. Last year the numbers were off as he moved to the Western Conference, but he's a valuable player. I mean, the only power forwards in the game who score and rebound more than he are Kevin Love and Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge, Dirk Nowitzki. Those are all all-stars.
Paul drives into trouble. The wraparound pass, couldn't get it to him. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Clippers. 11 on the shot clock. And Blake Griffin, one of only 3 in the league to be averaging 20 and 10. Just 3. Howard and Love, the other 2. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Clippers. 10 on the shot clock.
The problem is with this game, and it's obviously noticeable that the Clippers are sluggish. They don't have their best stuff. If they were a baseball pitcher and they're, struggling to get guys out,
they wouldn't have gotten out of the first inning.
Yeah, I mean, they have awakened.
Simmons 3 balls in and out.
The Warriors. I'm waiting for the coaching staff to come back with that group in the first half that injected all that life that included Reggie Evans and Eric Bledsoe.
Lee drives, reverse layup, got snuffed away, comes off to Griffin. Paul, the push into the front court. Loses the basketball to Wright. And so it is gone for the Los Angeles Clippers here in their homecoming game. Ellis to Lee, left wide open.
Look at the ease with which they are getting shots, speaking of the Warriors. Everything hitting on the quick end and when in rhythm. Monte Ellis directing a masterpiece. This is a different Monte Ellis. He's never averaged 6 assists in his life. Tonight, he's got 11.
Clippers basketball is brought to you by the new Southwest Patty Melt from Carl's Jr. with jalapenos, pepper jack cheese, and Santa Fe sauce. It's a spicy twist on a classic burger. And by the Kia Optima, the official vehicle of the NBA. It's getting serious now. 3:46 to go in the third period. Clippers down by 20. And really showing no signs of any ability to stop these Golden State Warriors as we check in with Kiki Vandeweghe again.
Guys, to me, a really telling fact is the Warriors have 36 of their 72 points in the paint, and the Clippers only have 2 fast break points to this point in the game. You know, really what the Clippers need to do, they need to get their energy going. As we talked before, Blake Griffin is starting to get involved a little bit. He's got 16 points, you know, and Chris Paul obviously has 15. But those 2 guys are the leaders. Those 2 guys need to get going, and they need to make some shots.
Only had 3 field goals in the third quarter.
Yeah, you're right, Kiki. They need to bring a defensive lineup, I believe, out there, but leave Blake and Chris in and see if that defense can create the running opportunities. See if they can pick up the pace in this game. But it's got to start at the defensive end because they're not shutting down Golden State.
Here's Griffin.
This one-on-one stuff.
Griffin again. Foy for 3. Inside out. Bingo.
That time it works.
That trims it to 17. 3:14 to go, third period. Nate Robinson on the attack. Little Nate, a free agent pickup in January. To Lee. Go to the hole and draws the foul. Free throws for David Lee. Bobby Simmons will pick up the personal foul, his second. And Lee, who's made his only 2 free throws, will step up to the line.
You know, there's huge motivation for David Lee to come and play against Blake Griffin. I mentioned the 4 guys who have more notoriety and more acclaim at his position in the league. I mean, he was fired up last time he went for 24 and 13 when these 2 teams met and he led them to a victory.
Reggie Evans comes in. Blake Griffin takes a seat. Reggie had some 8 minutes of play in the first half with 3 points, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds.
You know, Ralph, the Warriors, as young as they are, they're very good on no days rest. 3rd best team scoring, 3rd best team shooting, 3rd best 3-point shooting team. That's on the 2nd night of a back-to-back.
They have like 5 wins, 3 losses in those 8 games.
That's right.
Paul gets the ball to Mo Williams. And he shoved off.
It could not go more wrong at this point.
Rush will come in, another shooter, Brandon Rush off the bench. Heard that his brother Kareem used to play with the Lakers and briefly with the Clippers. Might be thinking about a comeback.
I talked to Mr. Rush before the ballgame, asked him about both brothers. He's got a brother, Jerron, older than both of them, but he said Kareem, recovering from that knee injury, definitely wants to get back in the D-League and make a comeback try.
Nate Robinson knocks it down. 21-point Golden State lead. Yikes. Paul working. Mo Williams with 8.
Look at the defense.
Reggie Evans with the left hand.
I mean, Golden State is pretty much everywhere. They don't have a center on the floor. Look at their lineup. 3 small forwards and 2 guards, and 2 very small guards.
And Robinson, one of the teeny tiny ones in the league, listed 5'9". McGuire. Nate for 3 will not get to the iron. Taken by Mo. 1:45 remaining in the third quarter. Mo stumbles out of bounds. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Clippers. Nothing coming easily now. The Clipper bench has 8 points. 8. 5 by Evans. If Reggie Evans is your leading scorer off the bench, you got to figure you're having a long night.
That is very true.
Yeah. Nothing for Williams, nothing for Bledsoe. Nate Robinson sits down, and little used Charles Jenkins, rookie from Hofstra, comes in. 17 the shot clock for the Clippers. Bobby Simmons passed up a 3, steps into the 2. Should have shot the 3. Fans about as restless as they've been in this building for a Clipper game this year. Here's Jenkins against Paul. Paul pokes it away. Paul will drive. Paul will score and get fouled. Well, Charles Jenkins at Hofstra never saw Chris Paul or anything like him. He just got introduced.
Pretty cool. I mean, there's no giving this guy, that's for sure. He's going to let him go by, reach, knock it free, and release. Good play by Reggie Evans. And Chris Paul's ability to finish with either hand.
Monte Ellis is over talking to young kid Jenkins and saying, this guy's pretty good. He's five-time All-Star.
Have you heard of him?
All-NBA first team. Be a little careful around him. He's always among the league leaders in steals. Misses that free throw.
Everybody's shots are short, and it's just a consequence of the schedule they have. It's not them trying to shoot it short. They're not trying to play sluggishly. They are fighting the doldrums of, all these games.
Knocked away by Boyd. Oh, what a great save by Randy to Paul. A little sign of life here in the final minute of the period. That comes at the 15.
You're going to get back into it. It is with plays like that. That'll get the crowd into it. It'll get your own mojo going.
Ellis throws it away.
And Russ did not have to try and save that.
Clippers will bring it up. Mark Jackson getting concerned. Chris Paul will walk it up.
There's the last layup right there. Again with the defense. He's going to shoot it in about 10 seconds or so. Unless you get that.
Boy for 3. Bingo! The fans have come to life. His third 3-ball of the game. Clippers within 12.
Now Jenkins probably won't be aware of going for a quick shot for a 2-for-1. They might just hold and play for 1. That means the Clippers will get the final play.
Jenkins almost loses the ball to Paul.
He did. Oh!
Saves the ball to Wright. Don't want to get a foul now.
No,
Only 5 seconds in the shot clock.
Make sure you get the rebound now.
Ellis against Boyd. Oh, that's a big-time shot by Monte Ellis.
You got that right. That stops a 9-0 run. You talk about a momentum killer.
4 seconds to go. Paul fires a 3-ball. Will not get it there. And he's angry with himself. Well, the Clippers in a lot better shape than they were a few minutes ago. It's a 14-point basketball game. Golden State on top, 78-64. 78-64 at the end of 3 quarters of play. Golden State leads the Clippers.
My goodness, Ralph. Is there a little bit of a momentum switch? Monte Ellis sitting down. It is time now to check our Jaguar performance. And we've seen a bunch of good things from Golden State on the second night of a back-to-back. Primarily their 3-ball, but Monte Ellis leading the show. Monte, most notably known for scoring the basketball, has 11 assists in this game tonight.
Missed all 3 of the 3 balls in the third quarter. Ralph Lawler, Mike Smith, Tiki Vanderway. Ellis will get a brief rest. He plays a lot of minutes for this club. With Curry limited, he'll play even more. The ball belongs to the Clippers, having won the opening tap back at 6:40 this evening. Bledsoe brings it ahead to Reggie Evans. This is that energy lineup that they used earlier. Williams off the iron, can't get it. Reggie gets the rebound, works in traffic and scores with the left hand.
He's got to play the rest of the game. I don't care. I mean, he's doing more damage down there than anybody. He gets rebounds. It is not the same lineup, Ralph. They leave Foye in and give Chris Paul a break. But it's virtually the same concept.
Robinson, Clippers energized defensively. Klay Thompson.
You've got to stay up on these shooters for Golden State. That's a tough shot. Great defense by Bledsoe, which he does. You interject him into the game, and he gives them pace.
Into the corner to Bobby, back out to Foy, who's knocked down 3 3-balls in this game. Gets a big screen from Reggie. Can he hang on to it? He can. And a foul is called. So Reggie Evans will earn a trip to the free throw line. He will be coming out with Griffin replacing him momentarily.
It's a 12-point game right now. I mean, worth mentioning at this point is the fragility of this Golden State team. They have had many, many ball games. 15 games that within 90 seconds of the final buzzer, they've been within 3 points, either up 3, down 3. They don't win many of those.
Hey, go to my.clippers.com and play the You Pick'em fantasy game to predict stat leaders in select categories, earn points, and win exclusive one-of-a-kind memorabilia. For the month of March, you could win autographed game-worn CP3 shoes from the Clippers throwback nights. Go to my.clippers.com and do it now. Griffin has come in and Foy comes out, so they change the makeup a bit with that. Reggie,
what a great job.
He makes 2 out of 3, rather 3 out of 4 at the line, 2 out of 2 there, and he has 6 points rather quickly for the Clippers, and suddenly a 21-point deficit has been trimmed to 10 with 11 minutes to go in the game.
Blake Griffin is playing small forward right now. And Mark Jackson brings back in Monte Ellis. He says, no way am I letting this thing slip away.
Right sideline, Robinson for 3. Bingo. Nate makes the big one. The lead is up to 13. Bledsoe works it to Griffin. Bledsoe with 8 in the
Got
clock. To Blake, lay it in with the left hand. 18 for Griffin. 81-70. Golden State on top. Bledsoe nicely denies Ellis the basketball, and Robinson will bring it ahead. He's greeted by Williams. Mo's going to have to make some shots here in the fourth quarter. Klay Thompson, one bounce dribble, jump shot, missed, rebound.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Eric Bledsoe.
Evans and Bledsoe were battling for it.
You need every opportunity when you're coming from behind like this and you got the momentum going.
That's really costly if they score now.
I mean, this is Evans' ball. Why even get in the way of Reggie Evans?
Robinson will bring it in. Full 24 seconds of the shot clock. Comes in deep to Ellis. Ellis is against Reggie Evans out front. Nate for 3. In and out. Evans gets yet another rebound.
He made 2 big threes last night in the third quarter against Dallas. That was a huge 14-4 run for the Warriors. Speaking of Robinson.
Williams against Robinson. Back to Griffin. Bledsoe wide open.
He's a set shooter. He doesn't have that normal jump shot, but he's a very effective set shooter when he's got space and time.
It's a 9-point ball game. Clippers showing signs of life. Is it in time? Is it good enough?
I'm telling you this, Ralph. If they get a stop here and score, it's going to be a timeout Golden State. This place is going to be going berserk.
Thompson outside the arc. Drive to the goal. Under pressure. Missed the shot. Rebound Griffin. Blake brings the ball ahead to Mo. Pressured by Robinson. Got it out of that corner. Spinning it up, not in. Followed by Reggie Evans.
There's the timeout, too.
11 points for Reggie. His best game as a Clipper by far. Don't look now. We got ourselves a ball game. Clippers within 7. They're on an incredible 19-5 run. And they got themselves back into this game. Don't go away.
Thanks to a defensive-infused 19-5 run, the Clippers now trail the Warriors only by 7, 81-74. Michael Eaves here with the Mercury Insurance Sports Update. Earlier today here at Staples Center, the Lakers beat the Celtics, and by mere percentage points, they currently lead the Pacific Division right now. But if the Clippers can rally, they will maintain that spot atop the division. Something's wrong in Linsanity world because the Knicks have now lost 5 straight games. The Sixers beat New York today. They're starting to fall down the standings there in the Eastern Conference. And Dwight Howard, huge effort today against the Pacers in a blowout win. A lot of people say he could be playing for a different team by the end of this week, guys. But we've got a ball game here. Less than 9 to go. Clippers down 7.
Yeah, the trade deadline coming up on Thursday. Clippers now making their move. They're within 7. The fans are energized.
Close out on the 3-point shooters. And then let Reggie Evans rebound the basketball.
Klay Thompson against Bobby Simmons. Nice feed inside and a great shot by Ellis.
Wow.
Wow, what a play by Monte Ellis.
It was a mini Blake Griffin spin.
9-point Golden State lead.
Here's the zone 2 from the Warriors.
Williams allowed the jam. I thought there was no way he could go get that one.
And especially as tired as Blake has been, he found some energy somewhere. They are definitely energized on both ends.
They go the other way. Ellis with the catch. They close out on the shooters. Klay Thompson with 8 in the shot clock. Nate Robinson has it deep. Over Mo. Rebound out with the one hand.
Time.
Bledsoe back on the attack for the Clippers. Foul on Robinson. Nate picks up the foul, his first.
This is one
Look
way.
where this ball goes.
Look at him pointing. He was open forever. It's about at the top of the square. But that's one way to beat the zone.
David Lee comes back.
He's got 5 fouls. Just
Robinson goes out. Bobby Simmons will bring it in. Lee, the only player in the building, any semblance of foul trouble.
Again, this is a very good defensive lineup for Golden State.
Williams on the run. Won't get it. Rebound taken by Udoh. Ahead to Monte Ellis. Good job by Bledsoe again. Udoh to the cutter. The ball's knocked away. Taken by Griffin. He's with Bledsoe. He'll go all the way to the hole. Lay it up, but not in. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. Denied a chance for a three-point play. Free throws for Blake Griffin. Ellis will pick up the foul, his third of the game, and Griffin will go to the line.
Are they making an effort defensively, Ralph? Are they changing the tempo? Blake nearly going coast to coast.
Not quite enough to lift for Blake on that shot. You don't say that very often about him. Griffin, 3 out of 3 in the second half. That one bangs short.
That's why everyone in the building hoping that went in for an and one possibility, because the free throws were no guarantee. You know what I always did when I was tired or fatigued, Ralph? I took my focus from the front of the rim to the back of the rim.
Oh, that's good thinking.
And it would get you just over that extra 2 inches you need sometimes.
Bledsoe goes to get it. What an effort by Bledsoe.
Bledsoe and Evans have injected life into this team.
Bledsoe goes to Griffin. 13 on the clock. He's against Udoh. 1-on-1. Backs him down. Spins in traffic and scores.
Ralph, he's just powering through people.
Kind of willed that one home.
Absolutely.
5-point lead for Golden State. Closest it has been in forever. Udoh at distance against Griffin. 6:49 to go in the game. Fans yelling for defense.
That's almost a travel.
There was. McGuire throws it away. It's picked up and missed. Rebound to Bledsoe.
Bledsoe and Evans are everywhere.
Bledsoe on the fly.
Wow.
Mo for 3. Off fire. Mo can't buy one. He's 0 for 6. Ellis brings it back. 5-point Golden State lead. Doesn't get the bounce. Rebound. Bobby Simmons had it and lost it. It'll be Golden State basketball.
Look at this. Missed free throw by Blake. Look where Bledsoe comes from. Top of the key.
Just sneaking in and then
sneaks
rising
in.
high.
Absolutely. And it ended up with this. Blake going through the entire Warrior lineup. We got ourselves a 5-point game. Don't go away.
Down. They've clawed their way to within 5 with 6:14 to go in the basketball game. And how important is this ball game? Well, Blake Griffin knows. He's been playing great now in the second half. Weary as he is.
He really is. He is so fatigued and so weary, but there's just such a will about this guy. He's not going to give up. Chris Paul's not going to give up. The Clippers have been given a little boost from the play of Evans and Bledsoe. They've made a difference on the defensive end. They're climbing back into this ball game. And I'm telling you, they lose tonight and they fall behind the Lakers for the first time. The Lakers keep inching ahead, playing before them in the time zone or the day before. But the Clippers have always responded to a Laker win with a win themselves.
They can erase that half-game deficit with the win and move percentage points back ahead of the Lakers with the victory. How important is winning the Pacific Division? Well, it's nice to be able to hang a banner saying you've done that, but what it really earns you is guarantee of home court in the first round of the playoffs. Division winner guarantees that.
Best thing the Clippers are doing in this quarter is they're defending without fouling. They have not committed a foul here.
6:14 to go in the game. A full shot clock to work with. Ellis way out front to Udoh. The steal by Bledsoe. Griffin back to Bledsoe. Looks off the defenders. Wild shot won't go. Long rebound comes out. Who gets it? Reggie Evans. And a new shot clock for the Clippers. And Bledsoe and Evans have really been something. Here's Griffin down low against McGuire. He's bigger. He's stronger. Simmons passes up a three. Mo for three. Bingo!
He got hammered to boot. Is that Mo's first shot of the game? It's his first basket.
2-point basketball game. 5:29 to go. The fans who weren't very happy half an hour ago are really into it now.
You know, if Golden State has an Achilles heel, it's an inability to close out games.
The ball's on the floor. Bobby Simmons goes to get it, calls a timeout. So they're getting hustle from this group.
Look at this place.
Incredible energy. A worried Coach Jackson. A happy crowd and some happy spirit.
Now, if this is with Chris Paul City, they're doing it with defense and guts and hustle.
19,183. Another sun out, loving it.
Look at Bledsoe. Now, while he does not convert this layup at the other end, they did get it back. And the kick to Williams, it could have been an and one. But Mo's first bucket of the game, arguably as big as the 7 3 balls he hit in San Antonio.
83-81. Biggest comebacks at home ever. This is just one short of that. Trailed by 21 in the third quarter, and things are looking pretty bleak. Chris Paul will stay in the sidelines. And Chris LeConte, even if the coach were to call him, he might say, no, coach, these guys are doing good. Just let him go.
You know what?
The ball's all about winning.
And I would not be surprised if this thing goes right down to the wire, and then they bring Chris Paul back in. But look at this game. His first double-double of the year.
In 17 minutes, folks.
And 7 of those 12 rebounds are on the offensive end.
And Bledsoe will walk it up. He, Williams, Evans, Griffin, and Simmons out there for the Clippers in their home whites. A chance to tie, even take the lead right now.
How about a hoop right here?
Griffin against Lee, playing with 5 fouls. Mishandles, 8 in the shot clock. Loses his dribble. Williams with 4. Griffin going to shoot a 3-ball, way short. Boy, Mo almost saved it. So it was a tough possession for the Clippers. Griffin angry with himself.
When you climb the ladder like this from 21 down, you cannot get to this point and not get over the hump. You got to catch him. You got to catch him. You got to get ahead and then dig in.
Monte Ellis. Poked away by Bledsoe. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be Golden State ball, but Bledsoe was given fits to Monte Ellis.
I mean, this kid. Unreal, his effort on the defensive end. He's changed the game. He and Reggie Evans totally have changed it in the fourth quarter.
Klay Thompson will bring that ball in.
He got it in.
It's taken away by Bledsoe. He'll pull up for the tie off the iron. Rebound out of bounds. Clippers ball. Man, oh man, what a comeback this has been.
I mean, Monte Ellis is as sure as anybody with the ball. And he's taken Monte Ellis out of his offensive game, and that's key because Golden State looks to Ellis at all times late in the ball game.
Bledsoe to bring it in. Ellis is still out there. They go to Griffin, tie game. 24 for Griffin. They catch him at 83. Nate Robinson back to run the show.
Look at the Warriors' faces. The reason they do that, they need Ellis to score right now. So Ellis is off the ball. Bledsoe's not even going to let him catch it. Offensive foul.
Drawn by Bledsoe. He has now gotten into Monte Ellis's head. You look at the stat sheet with Bledsoe, you see 2 points, 3 assists, 14 minutes, done nothing.
There are 4 steals up there.
Yeah, but I mean, his presence has just been extraordinary.
Well, the fact that he's taken Monte Ellis out of his game. I mean, Monte Ellis scores 24 points almost every night.
Clippers hunting for the lead with 4 minutes to go. Griffin has it poked away, fights for it, scoots it out to Simmons. 5 on the shot clock.
Shoot it, Blake.
Blake with 2, with 1. He's thrown down, and Lee is fouled. Oh, they call a jump ball! With 1.3 seconds remaining. If the Clippers control the jump.
I don't think Vinny Del Negro knew it was a jump. He's just now reacting to it.
But even if they control the jump, they only have 1.3 seconds to shoot it.
You have to tip this ball back to Mo Williams. How is that a jump ball?
I thought it was going to be foul number 6 on David Lee. They'll jump it up at the Clipper foul line. You would expect Blake to control the tip, but then they got to get a really quick. They're going to put 5 seconds on the clock. Then the clock ran after that, so that really helps.
Oh, that totally does. I still say tip it back to Mo. Mo's the one Clipper who can create his own in that short amount of time.
And he has a quick release.
Watch out for Robinson.
Controlled to Bledsoe.
Got to go, Eric.
Bledsoe.
Got to go.
With 1. Falls down. Turns it over. Shot clock violation. 83-83 tie. 3:42 to go in the basketball game.
Didn't we have like a bunch of close games on the road?
That's all we've had, it seems like.
Is that the way this week is going to be? Because tell me now.
5 straight. Tied at 83. Golden State has the basketball with Robinson and Ellis. Rush, Lee, and Wright. Robinson with the basketball. The pick comes from Lee. Rush throws it away. Taken by Bledsoe.
And that really was Bledsoe's defense.
The Clippers get it back. A chance again to take the lead. Del Negro urging his team to get the ball up court. He wants a timeout. Timeout for the Clippers.
I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Chris Paul back in the game.
3:19 remaining. I think Bledsoe asking to come out. I mean, he has worked his tail off. Hasn't been a lot of minutes this year. Maybe worry. Let's see if Paul comes in to replace him when we come back.
They trail by as many as 21, now tied at 83 with about 3 minutes to go. Coming up on Clippers Live postgame, we're going to see how the Clippers pull off this 4th quarter rally. Blake Griffin, also part of that huge surge there in the 4th quarter, but 2 other guys that you really need to give credit to. That's Eric Bledsoe and Reggie Evans.
Reggie Evans every night. Bledsoe getting an opportunity tonight. Usually doesn't get this big a one, but he's played himself into more minutes. But Evans just relentless on that offensive board. And he's scoring some points tonight. Got 11 points to go along with those 12 rebounds. And he's been a factor, and this is what you need. You're not going to have your full energy every night in games in the NBA. This is what your bench is supposed to do. Come in, provide that energy, and either extend your lead or get you back in is what they've done tonight, get them back in the game.
Ralph, Mike, take us home.
Let's watch the finish. Chris Paul out there to do just that. Bledsoe passes up one shot, goes in and gets it blocked. Paul came in for Bobby Simmons, so Bledsoe and Paul remain along with Mo Williams. Flying to the basket is Ellis.
And there was like a carelessness when they retreated on defense. Almost like they didn't run back to the paint. They figured Bledsoe would stop Monte Ellis. You can't give him a lane, which was what they did.
2-point Golden State lead, 2:45 to go in the game.
Get out of the paint, Blake.
Griffin against Udoh. Takes him inside. Gets the shot knocked away, but a foul is called. Free throws for Blake Griffin.
Yeah, perfect time to either go with your left hand or absorb the contact, which he does. And Chris Paul and Eric Bledsoe engaged in conversation. I think Chris Paul wondered, was I okay to leave you on the side there? I didn't know you were going to let Ellis turn the corner.
So Griffin will go to the line and shoot 2. Of course, Bledsoe and Paul have played together very, very little.
But this is some resurgence by the Clipper team.
Won't mean much unless they get the win.
You got that right.
Griffin's missed 3 straight. 85-83. Reggie Evans with a splendid game. Our Home Depot player of the game. All of that accomplishment in just 19 minutes of play. This can cut it to 1.
Clippers have missed 16 free throws. They're going to,
Wow.
I'm sure, look at that when the game's over.
19 of 35 for the Clippers.
Look who's handling the ball. Dominic McGuire.
Into the corner in no man's land, but a foul is called.
It's a non-shooting foul. It's the first foul on the Clippers the entire quarter.
Fouls on Mo Williams. 14 on the shot clock. Warriors will bring it in. Nate Robinson returns. McGuire will sit down. I think that right away Mark Jackson didn't like the look of that set with the pressure being put on McGuire.
I mean, what a job by Bledsoe's done. But, I mean, he's going to be asked to do the unthinkable, which is keep Monte Ellis down. Remember, Monte went for 32 in the last win over the Clippers, and it was he in the fourth quarter got all those shots.
Udoh against Griffin. Shot clock's down to 10.
All by himself.
Tried to draw the charge. What a follow tap slam by Rush.
Now, that's not Blake Griffin's fault. Blake battled the guy who shot the ball, then went for the board. Nobody boxed out. Rush came from the weak side baseline.
3-point Golden State lead. 2 minutes to go in the game. Bledsoe bounces it out to Paul. Clippers got to score this possession.
You know what? The pace is slowed. There they go.
He got shoved off the glass. It won't go. Rebound. Fought for. Loose ball foul going to be against Reggie Evans. Reggie scrambling to get it.
That's the last non-shooter. So no free throws there, but still they come up empty on 2 possessions. And Ralph, all of a sudden the pace is slowed down. I don't know if it's the dynamic of the new lineup in there.
Nate Robinson brings the ball ahead. Clippers must get a stop.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Minute and a half remaining. Udoh to Lee. Lee against Reggie Evans. Wild shot and he put it in. 1:27 to go in the game. Suddenly Golden State has scored 6 of the last 7 points and they lead by 5. 89-84, and the Clippers worry that their comeback is going to get wasted here now. Golden State trying to finish them off.
Well, the initial defense is there. Watch Blake on the weak side. He probably should come and do more than just reach, but I don't know what else he has in the tank. And look how free is Rush. Rush is the guy who tip-dunked the previous play. So in my opinion, some of the Clippers are watching and hoping. Do they have enough to stay focused? It's when you get tired that you lose that focus.
Well, that's where coaches always talk about execution. That's not just at the offensive end, it's at the defensive end too. They'll watch that videotape, after the game, watch it tomorrow and go, oh man, all you gotta do is just make 1 step to the left and his path to the goal is stopped.
And remember when I said you got to not only catch him but climb over? They did catch him at 83, but never did surge ahead. Now you're looking up again. You need some quick hitters here. Clippers are down to 1 final timeout. And that's understandable because they're trying to stop the momentum and give the guys a rest. But you got to score quickly.
Like Bobby Simmons is going to return, put another shooter on the court. Let's see who's going to come out onto the court for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Mo Williams and Paul.
Randy Foye coming off the bench.
That to me says they're thinking 3. Maybe a pick and roll center of the floor and kick to the wings for a 3 if there's not a clear-cut Paul or Griffin play.
4 shooters and Blake Griffin for the Clippers. Look at this road trip that the Clippers just went through. I mean, 4 absolute nail-biters.
And they lost 3 of the 4. And early in the season, they were winning 3 of the 4 close games.
And their 1 win was in overtime. Randy Foye will bring it in. Clippers down by 5. Paul all the way to the goal, has the ball knocked away, saves the low for 3. It's long, a tip by Griffin and a loose ball foul on Lee, and he's done. Lee is fouled out of the game.
Well, why is Golden State clapping? That foul has to be on David Lee.
The referees are going to huddle up. Blake Griffin trying to listen in.
David Lee saying, I'm shooting free throws at the other end of the floor.
And Mark Jackson is applauding.
Why?
It's a loose ball foul on somebody.
Here we go. Mo's going to miss the shot. It bounces straight up in the air. How is that a foul on Blake Griffin? Oh, they're going to say Blake grabbed the rim or the net to support himself?
Wow.
He does that every once in a while. I guess there's no better view than that.
He grabbed the net. Man, oh man. So it's a 5-point lead, and Golden State has the ball instead of having the Clippers to the foul line. There's a quick foul.
And that's just a silly play.
Griffin against Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson's a very good foul shooter. He was a great shooter in college. There's no reason to foul there with 1:23. You want to play defense for the 24 seconds, get the ball back.
It certainly seemed like that was the plan. Right or wrong?
I don't know if it was the plan. I think Blake was just recovering to that guy to try and scare him, and Thompson turned into him.
Klay will be at the line. Bounces all over the place and falls in. Stretches it out to 6. It's still a 2-possession game with 1:19 remaining. Clippers came from 21 down and caught him. Udo comes in. Rush goes out. The battle for the rebound. Thompson just 21 years of age, all Pac-10 a year ago. He makes them both. It's a 7-point lead.
You got to be thinking three-pointer now. And you got to push the ball up the floor.
Paul into the front court around Griffin. Go to the hole. Lay it in.
Nothing wrong with that. I would not foul right now. Do not foul. Get back and play defense.
1:11 remaining. Klay Thompson gets into the front court to Nate Robinson.
Do not foul. And Vinny Del Negro saying don't foul.
A minute remaining. 5-point ball game.
Now they do not have a lot of rebounders out there, Ralph. They got to get this board.
Robinson to the hole, gets fouled. Nate will shoot free throws. The foul's on Mo Williams. So Golden State about to go up 2-1 in the season series with the Clippers, with the final meeting set here at Staples Center in April. Nate, an 83% foul shooter, played in Boston and OKC last year. Free throw rims out.
That's a break. This thing is far from over. Even if he makes here, you got a 2-possession game.
Rush comes in for Udo.
Only one timeout remaining for the Clippers, so you're not going to have that heroics at the end where you can call timeouts and advance the ball.
Nate.
They got to do it on their own. This Paul's got to go score in a hurry again.
92-86, 3-point Golden State lead. Paul will bring the ball ahead against Monte Ellis. Using the Griffin screen. Taking a lot of time. Gets the layup. Paul with 23. 4-point ball game. 40 seconds to go. And there's the foul. Klay Thompson will go to the line again. Stopping the clock at 38 seconds. Putting some pressure on the rookie. See if he can handle it. He made 2 a moment ago. His daddy watching at the other end of the court. He's topped his season numbers here. The 11th pick in the first round of the draft.
He's a good one. And I'm telling you, they're going to build around him. He's their 2 guard of the future. Which means one of those 2 guards may be a piece that they can move for the missing elusive piece they need.
Makes 1 out of 2.
You got a chance right here. This is a 5-point game. You still have a timeout left.
Boy for a huge 3. The follow by Griffin won't go. The fans moan in disbelief. The 3 ball by Foy was right on line. The follow by Griffin was all iron.
They're almost playing like in a sense of desperation, but it really wasn't the case yet. This thing right here by Foy, a chance to make it a 2-point game where you don't even have to foul. And even if Blake makes that dunk, it's a 3-point game with more than 24 seconds left.
Ellis will be at the line to shoot 2. He's made 3 out of 4 this evening.
You got to give him credit because 6 of the last 7 games, this guy has not only scored, but he's had more than 7 assists. That's a new role for him. He's primarily been a scorer.
He plays more off the ball when Curry plays, but Curry's been so limited. Played just 10 minutes in this game tonight with his bad ankle. Free throws are good, and that should do it. 25 seconds to go. The lead stretches out to 7 for the Golden State Warriors. And the Clippers, for the first time since about the second week of the season, will get up tomorrow morning looking up at the Lakers in the standings.
And also facing the Boston Celtics.
Wow.
That's
Golden State goes on to Sacramento, then they go home on Wednesday, and they'll play the Celtics themselves. 25 seconds to go. We were tied at 83 with 3:19 to go. The last 3 minutes, it's been all Golden State.
terrific balance by, the Warriors. 4 players other than Curry. They got 4 guys with more than 14 contributions from their starting group. 11 from Klay Thompson off the bench, who continues his run of 4 games in a row. Very good, but they shot the ball great from 2 and from 3.
Mo Williams will bring it in.
No timeouts left for the Clippers, which almost makes it impossible at this stage.
Williams will bring it in from the sideline. Mo looks.
Oh, Blake's wide open.
Chris Paul will fire the 3 ball. Off the iron. Griffin, another rebound, and manufactures another 2 points out of it. 95-90, 18 seconds to go. Ellis is fouled by Foy. Well, the Clippers cannot call a timeout and advance the ball to midcourt, whether these free throws are made or missed.
Hey, you got to give the Warriors credit, Ralph. What are they now, 6-3 on the second night of a back-to-back?
Yep.
They've come in here and put 95-plus points on the Clippers.
Basically without Curry.
And look at what they shot. On the second night of the back-to-back, they were top 3 in the league in field goal percentage from 2 and from 3. And they go for 50% from both categories.
Ellis is at 20. Season average about 22. And there's Reggie Evans, who just had a monster game for the Clippers. 11 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and 21 energetic minutes. But it wasn't enough. Ellis passes them both in. And Chris Paul to Bobby Simmons. The 3 ball, bingo. It is too little, too late. 4-point ball game. Ellis won't even try to shoot the basketball. The horn sounds, it's over. Tough loss for the Los Angeles Clippers and a tough way to open a 6-game homestand. I mean, just not what they wanted to do. Not what they had in mind at all, as Chris Paul walks the sidelines and now will head to the locker room and start thinking about the Boston Celtics come tomorrow night. The final tally at Staples Center. The Clippers now in 2nd place in the Pacific Division, a game behind the Los Angeles Lakers as they fall here to the Golden State Warriors for the 2nd time in 3 meetings this year. The final score, Golden State 97, the Los Angeles Clippers 93, and the Boston Celtics lying in wait as we turn things over outside to Michael Eaves.
All right, Ralph, thanks a lot. Yes, disappointing start to the 6-game homestand for the Clippers. When we return for Clippers Live postgame, Don McLean joins me. We'll talk about what happened not only during that comeback, but after. That's next here on Clippers Live.